Hello, and welcome to a beginner-friendly, gentle yoga class with me, Liz. This class will be about 30 minutes. Great way to start your day in the morning with a little gentle stretching. Perfect way to end your day with a little gentle stretching before you retire for the evening. You might want to have a couple yoga props today. These are easily found in department stores. First one is a yoga block. This is a foam yoga block. It's kind of hard and stiff. We use it to bring the floor up to us, and I will show you that later. Also might want to have a yoga blanket or a towel for under our knees when we get to our table pose later. I'm going to grab my props here and meet you on the mat. We're going to start an easy sitting pose on our mats. So coming to sit into our easy sitting pose with our legs crossed. Our spine is nice and tall. You want to feel the bottom of our hip bones, our sits bones grounding into the mat. Our spine is nice and tall. Crown of the head's reaching to the sky. If sitting this way doesn't feel good, you can always extend your legs forward. In yoga, we always want to honor our bodies, do what feels good, maybe skip what doesn't feel right today. Our bodies change day to day. Our practice changes too. Finding that nice long spine, let's inhale the shoulders up to the ears and then back and down, bringing your shoulder blades down on your back. Inhaling, shoulders up to our ears, down and back. And one more time. Shoulders up, down, and back. Nice long spine. Shoulders are over hips. And let's just rest our hands, palms facing down on our knees. I like to start practice with 3 cleansing breaths. We're going to inhale through our nose. Nice exhale through our mouth. Inhale through our nose. Exhale through our mouth. One more inhale. Exhale. And then breathe, bringing our inhales and exhales through our nose. Allow your breath to settle down, finding its own natural rhythm. Your inhale and your exhale. Perhaps you take a moment to close your eyes or find a soft gaze in front of you. While we take a few minutes just to center ourselves and breathe. And feel that breath in your body. Feel the belly expand and contract. Feel the rib cage do the same, expand and contract. Maybe you feel your chest lift and lower. Just feel that movement as you breathe. Couple more breaths here. And then if your eyes are closed, gently open your eyes. We're going to start bringing some gentle movement into the body. So finding that nice long spine. We're going to inhale here. And as we exhale, bringing our right ear to our right shoulder. Inhaling back to center. Exhaling left ear to left shoulder. Coming back to center on the inhale. We're going to exhale over to the right one more time. Maybe extending that left arm out to the side, flexing the left palm. Maybe feeling a little more stretch. And then coming back to center on the inhale, exhaling left ear to left shoulder, extending that right arm out to the side. And inhaling back to center. Another breath here in the center. Inhale. As we exhale, dropping our chin to our chest, opening the back of the neck. All right, and on our next inhale, we're going to inhale the chin up to the sky. Thinking about opening the front of the throat, the front of the spine. And then as we exhale, we're going to exhale the chin back to our chest. And if it feels good, maybe rocking the chin side to side. Coming back to center, we're going to inhale the chin to the sky again. Inhaling here, exhaling back to center. We're going to take an inhale here and look over our right shoulder. Inhaling back to center. Exhale, look over the left shoulder. And then coming back to center. Dropping our hands out to our sides. We're going to inhale our arms overhead, reaching to the sky, really reaching, lengthening the sides of the body. Exhale, release our arms down. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, arms down. And inhale one more time. From here, we're going to pretend like we're climbing a rope, just for a little extra stretch. So stacking one hand on top of the other, like we're climbing up a rope. And then both hands reach to the sky. Bring our palms together, drawing our hands down to our hearts. Finding that soft gaze, maybe closing your eyes for a minute. Feeling the breath move through the body. And then opening the eyes if they were closed, we're going to inhale our arms overhead. Reaching up, inhaling here, exhaling as we drop that right arm out to the side. Nice long spine here as we inhale, and then exhale, a little side bend over to the right, keeping both sits bones grounded, maybe looking underneath that top arm. Nice long stretch from your hips to your fingertips. And we're going to inhale ourselves back up to center. Exhale the left arm down to the mat. Inhale, elongating the spine, and then exhaling into that side bend. To the opposite side, looking underneath that top arm. And we'll inhale back to center. Exhale, right arm down. We're going to find that side bend again to the right. This time as we come up, we're going to leave that right hand down on the mat. Drop the top arm down to the opposite knee. Bring the right hand behind our sacrum. Inhaling, nice long spine, elongating it. Exhale, we're going to take a little twist over to the right. Every time we inhale, think of elongating your spine, making it longer, and then exhaling a little bit deeper into the twist. And we're going to inhale here. Exhale, come back to center. Inhaling, arms overhead. Dropping that left arm out to the side as we exhale, elongating the spine and finding that second stretch over to the left. Looking underneath that arm. Keeping that left hand grounded down, we're going to inhale back to center. Opposite arm goes to opposite knee. Left hand behind our sacrum as we inhale and exhale into the twist. Inhale, exhale. We're going to inhale here. Exhale back to center. One more time. Fingertips out to the side. Inhaling overhead. We're going to drop the arms forward in front of our legs. Walk ourselves into a little forward fold. Allowing the spine to round over if you have no issues with your spine. If you do, keep your spine straight. Just tilt your pelvis forward. We're going to inhale ourselves back up. Circle our fingertips behind our hips. Inhale, lifting our hearts, finding a very gentle back bend. And then releasing the pose. We're going to come onto our hands and knees into table pose. This is where you might want a blanket to pad your knees. So you can either shift forward like I just did, or swing your legs around. Coming into table. So I will use a blanket to demonstrate. We're going to just lay our blanket or towel on our mat. Coming onto our hands and knees, we want to spread our fingers wide, middle finger pointing to the top edge of the mat. Our hips are over our knees, our wrists are under our shoulders, and we're looking straight down at the mat, creating a nice long spine. From here, we're going to inhale. As we exhale, pull the belly button in towards the spine, letting it round up towards the sky. This is cat pose. And then as we inhale, we're going to reverse it and let the belly drop. Our hips, our shoulders, our head come up. Exhaling into cat pose, rounding the spine, letting the tailbone and the head drop. And then as we inhale, swaying the belly, our hips, our head, our shoulders come back. We're going to do a couple more with your breath. So as you exhale, we're going to come into cat. And as we inhale, we're going to come into cow. And then we're all going to meet back here in a neutral position. So I'm just going to switch my view here so you can see what I'm doing. A little side to side here. So we're going to shift our hips over to the right and then look down the right side of our body. And then come back to center. Shift our hips over to the left. Look down the left side of the body. And a little just side to side movement like that. Shifting the hips and then peeking back. Coming through center, shifting your hips the opposite way, looking down the side of the body. Coming back to center. And then we'll all meet back in neutral. Curling our toes under. So tucking our toes under, a little stretch for the bottom of our feet. We're going to walk our hands forward and then let our sits bones come down toward our heels. Feeling a little stretch into the bottom of our feet and a stretch into the sides of our bodies. And then we're going to inhale ourselves back to table, resetting our hands, uncurling the toes and tapping the toes on the mat just to release that tension. Bringing our knees together, we're going to settle our hips back into a version of child's pose. Arms are stretched out in front of us. Taking a couple of breaths here. Child's pose is a resting pose, always available if you need it. One more breath here. And we're going to pull ourselves back into table. Let's bring our knees hip distance apart. Walking our hands about 6 inches forward. We're going to curl our toes under. We're inhaling here. As we exhale, we're going to dig into our toes, lift our hips off the ground, coming into downward facing dog. So we're making an upside down V with our bodies. Maybe feel like your hands are going to push the mat away in the front, reaching our heels behind us to the back of the mat. Keeping a little bend in your knees if you have really tight hamstrings. Let's bring some gentle movement in here. We're going to bend one knee, straighten the other. And then rock back and forth, bending one knee, straightening the other. And then let's reach both heels back behind us. Bending the knees, we're going to walk our hands back toward our feet. I'm going to move my blanket to the side. So if your hands don't meet the floor, this is where we can use yoga blocks. They come in several different dimensions. This is the tallest one, so we can use the block for support into the forward bend. This is the highest height. We can bring it down to here or flat down on the floor. So whatever you need today, if you need that little support, if your fingers don't reach the floor, use a yoga block. Keep a little bend in the knee. This pose is about your spine, just hanging forward. Maybe you're grabbing opposite elbows, just hanging down. We're going to bring our hands on our shins. We're going to inhale halfway up with a flat back. Think about pushing your sits bones behind you. Exhale into the forward fold. Inhale halfway up, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. One more. Inhale halfway up. We're going to bring our hands onto our hips and we're going to come all the way up to standing. And I'm going to turn to face you. You can see me better. We're coming into mountain pose, one of the foundational poses of yoga. We're going to do this with our feet about hip distance apart. We're standing nice and tall. Our feet feel like they're really rooted into the mat, and we're growing strong through our legs, our hips, our spine. We're going to bring our fingertips out to the side, palms facing forward. Feeling really strong, like a mountain, like nothing could push you over. Taking a breath here. And let's inhale the arms overhead. Exhale them down. I'm going to step back. You might be able to see my arms better here. Inhale, arms up. Exhale down. One more. Inhale up. You keep that left Hand and arm overhead, drop the right to the side, inhaling here, exhaling, finding a little side bend to the right. Maybe looking underneath that left arm. And inhaling back to center. Exhaling, dropping the left arm down, finding that side bend to the left, maybe looking underneath that left arm. And let's inhale both arms overhead. Bringing our hands down in front of our hearts. I'm just going to adjust myself so you can see where we're going next. We're going to inhale our arms overhead and swan dive forward. Back to that forward fold that we started with here. And then we're going to walk our hands forward, finding our downward facing dog. Inhaling here. And then as we exhale, bringing our knees back, finding ourselves in table's pose. And then coming all the way back down to the mat. So dropping a hip to one side or the other. And we're going to straighten our legs out in front of us. Shifting our hips forward, we're going to come onto our backs. Make sure you have enough mat space behind you. So I like to bring my arms forward. Inhaling here, and as we exhale, allow the spine just to unroll one vertebrae at a time all the way back. Walking our feet toward our sits bones, and then bringing the knees into the chest. Might feel good to rock a little side to side. Coming back to stillness, we're just going to extend the legs up to the ceiling, keeping the knees soft, little bend in the knees. Tiny little inversion here. Check back in with your breath. Feel that motion in your body. Feel your body breathing. Couple more breaths here. And we're going to bend the knees, bring the knees back into the chest. Extend our arms out to the side. If you don't have that much space, you can put a bend in your elbows. Palms facing up. We're going to inhale here. And as we exhale, allow the knees to drop over to your right side. Keeping both shoulders on the mat. If we need to modify, we can bring a blanket and put it under our knees. If it feels all right on your neck, turn your head in the opposite direction away from your knees. Connecting with your breath. Exhaling any tension out. Let's inhale here and exhale. On your next inhale, we're going to bring the knees back into the center. Exhale, let them roll over to the left. Taking your blanket if we need it. Both shoulders are grounded on the mat. If it feels good on your neck, turn your gaze away from your knees. Maybe closing the eyes. Connecting with the breath. Let's inhale here and exhale. And we'll inhale our knees back to center. We're heading into Shavasana, our final relaxation. From here, we can just extend our legs along the mat. Arms come down by our sides, palms are facing up. If your lower back's not happy with legs extended, we can bend our knees again. Soles of the feet on the floor, walking our feet to the outer edges of the mat, and then letting the knees tend into each other. If you wear glasses, you might want to take them off. You want to find a place where you are comfortable, at ease, and can stay here for a couple of minutes, letting your body relax. Let every exhale take you a little deeper into this pose. Release just a little more tension. Relaxing your feet, your ankles, your lower legs, your upper legs. Relax your hips. Relax your abdomen. Let your spine soften into the mat. Relaxing shoulders. Relaxing arms and fingers. Relaxing your neck. Relaxing your face, your jaw, your forehead. Relax your eyes. Be present and breathe. Taking a couple more breaths here. Let's begin to deepen our breath again. Reconnecting with conscious inhales and conscious exhales. And bringing some gentle movement into the body, wiggling fingers, wiggling toes, maybe circling wrists, circling ankles. Might feel good to rock your head gently side to side. And coming back to center, we're going to inhale our arms overhead, giving our body a really nice long stretch from fingertips to toes. And then when you're ready, rolling onto your right or left side. Just curling up into a little ball. We're going to take a couple breaths here. And then using our top arm, we're going to press into our mats, bring ourselves back up to seated, either crisscrossing our legs or legs extended out in front. feeling the sits bones on the mat, growing our spine nice and tall. Bringing our fingertips out to the side as we inhale our arms overhead. Reaching to the sky, bringing our palms together, drawing our hands down to our hearts. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. From my heart to yours, namaste.